Good afternoon. Friday it is. Jim Williams here with Sean Miller, and we are a little early because we want to give you a little extra bonus coverage of what's going on this afternoon. Sean, fill us in on the two games that we've got live right now.
Yeah, basically, right now the Brazil's won the group. Brazil, I'm gonna put the bracket up in a second here. Brazil's won the group, and the rest of the group is complete chaos. Switzerland and Serbia played the first 2-2 first half in a group stage since 1958.
Wow.
That game ended 7-3, and the first 2-2 game at any World Cup since 1998, the infamous David Beckham sending off against Argentina that proved to be the catalyst to Manchester United's treble the next year. So that I'll take that there. Right now as it stands, Switzerland will go through as the group runner-up. They're winning 3-2. If Serbia needs 2 goals. If Serbia scores and Cameroon scores, it could make it interesting. I think then it'll be Cameroon that goes through. So everything's still in play. There's still 20 minutes plus injury time left. So everything's still in play. But as of now, I'm going to show everybody this here. This is the bracket as it stands here, and I'll fill the teams in. So tomorrow at 10 a.m., Netherlands plays USA. There's Alex Mitrovic. I need another goal there from him. Argentina to play Australia tomorrow at 2. Japan to play Croatia. Japan is the winners of a group, which is, once again, this World Cup has been absolutely bonkers. Brazil to play South Korea. Brazil will win the group unless something really, really wacky happens, like Cameroon scores 3 goals here. Brazil will play South Korea on Monday at 2 o'clock. In the bottom half of the bracket, France plays Poland. England plays Senegal. Morocco plays Spain. And Portugal is going to play the winner that comes out of this group, either Serbia, Switzerland, or Cameroon. So, I think, Portugal, obviously earlier today, not a great result for them, but, losing 2-1 to South Korea, but South Korea ended up going through, but Portugal didn't really matter, didn't really care. The problem with this, if you're a bettor the last couple days, Portugal didn't care. They already won the group. Brazil didn't care. They already won the group. France didn't care. They already won the group. They're not really worried. And, these teams. And then, there's been really, really kind of wacky results here so far. And, Morocco winning a group. Japan winning a group that included Spain and Germany. It's been really, really just chaos here. You look at these tables, I think everyone thought Netherlands was going to win the group. I had Senegal come through. I think everybody thought England was going to win the group. I had USA to come through. I thought everybody thought Argentina was going to come through. I had Poland to come through. So up until France, I had seven straight correct. And then Australia shocked everybody by going through. And then Japan and Spain. Japan stunned everybody by winning the group. I had Morocco coming out of the group, so that was correct. I didn't have them winning the group, but I had Belgium, and then I had Brazil and Serbia here. So as of now, I got 1 right, and then Portugal and South Korea. I think everybody thought Uruguay was going to go out, but Uruguay went out of the group. They finished tied with South Korea, but scored less goals, so South Korea ended up going through.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Just a quick update. Switzerland 3, Serbia 2, 75th minute. Brazil, Cameroon remain tied at 0-0, also in the 75th minute.
Yeah, it's been a bad game. Brazil's hasn't played anybody. They got a lot of guys sitting out. I mean, when you look at the with the lineup right now, I mean, it's good if you're a fan of Brazil here because they've been able to do this. Right now, they put Marquinhos and Guimarães on, but they've done this basically with backups here, and they've allowed Casemiro, Thiago Silva, Richarlison, Rafinha, Vinicius, Neymar still with the injury. They've allowed these guys to rest, and they're still going to win the group. And that's big for them going forward to get some rest here.
Who do they have at 9? Are they even playing at 9?
Jesus is playing there, but he's I don't know. He's not. He hasn't been fantastic. I'll be honest. It's not been a great game. Cameroon, is still in it because if Cameroon scores,
right,
they have a chance to go through. But they're just really haven't been good enough, and the Brazil defense has played well enough to kind of hasn't been a lot of chances. So, but yeah, so that's the this is the bracket here. So I'll have a story up posted tonight or tomorrow. It's probably tomorrow morning with the updated. My updated picks, although it's not going to be too much of a difference, I think here. I mean, basically, I had these teams in the right order here, so it's probably going to be Portugal, Spain, England, France, Brazil, Croatia.
I know you've been really, you were one of the first and one of the earliest on the Morocco team.
Yeah,
they played Spain. What's that going to be like?
I think it's going to be an interesting game because, look, I mean, when you watch that game against Spain, Spain only had 19% possession in that game.
Mm-hmm.
They scored 2 goals. This Morocco team, look, they play really good defense. They're pretty good. Of the teams that got through, that maybe could cause some problems. Maybe Japan against Croatia. Or I don't think Australia has much of a chance against Argentina. I don't think Poland has a chance against France. I don't think Senegal, maybe if Mane was playing, I don't think so there. Portugal and Switzerland, I don't really see it. But maybe Morocco could maybe do some damage against Spain. Although I think everybody's hoping for a Spain-Portugal quarterfinal. If the quarterfinals are Spain, Portugal, England, France, Brazil, Croatia, Argentina, Netherlands, obviously that would say the U.S. would get knocked out. But I think the Netherlands is a little bit of a better team. I think that would be optimal, viewing for people. But maybe the U.S. could beat Netherlands.
Japan is a team that really just made the best of every opportunity. They only had 22% of the time that they had the ball, and they were able to maximize their scoring opportunities. They play, in the knockout round. What do you think of their chances?
Yeah, they scored. You know what? They scored 2 goals pretty quickly together in both of their wins, in the 2-1 wins in the second half. I'm not. This Croatia team is just okay. I mean, they haven't looked great in either of their. They're a little bit older. They haven't looked great in either of their 2 draws. I think Japan could probably give them some trouble. At some point you're going to play Brazil. I don't think South Korea can beat Brazil, so you're going to play Brazil in the quarterfinals if you get through, and you're not winning that game. So, but if Japan wins their group and gets to a quarterfinal in this World Cup, I think that's pretty successful. It's the same thing. I mean, the U.S., all the CONCACAF teams are out. If the U.S. sticks around for another round and gets to a quarterfinal ahead of the next World Cup, I think they have to say that's pretty successful. I don't think they'll beat Argentina, but who knows? It's been a tournament of upsets, so who knows what's going to happen? Excuse me.
Yeah, it's funny. I was just kind of looking at some of the stuff just to see what if there were some potential upsets, and we looked at the Morocco game you just talked about, Japan. I mean, those were teams that you had that you liked, and you certainly liked the North African teams, and
Yes.
they've played amazingly, frankly.
Yeah, yep, they have the Asian teams as well. Three Australia, South Korea, and Japan all through. And Japan is a group winner. Morocco as a group winner. I don't think anybody had Morocco winning that group. Nobody had Japan. There's nobody that in the world would have bet Japan.
Not even the Japan coach.
Yes, ahead of Germany and Spain. Like, can they advance? Who knows? Maybe some
Sure.
stranger things have happened, but nobody had them to win the group. So,
Hmm.
but they did. So, it's changed the bracket slightly. Netherlands, Argentina, Brazil. I thought one of Spain or Germany would be in the top half of the bracket there to
Hmm.
make the bracket a little tougher. Now, maybe it gives Croatia a chance. Um, to get through to a quarterfinal. Again after they went to the final, and then the bottom half. Obviously, now you're putting Spain in, which I don't think is Spain could have been there anyway because a lot of people had Spain coming in second in that group behind Germany.
Hmm.
So I don't think it changed. The bottom half of the bracket doesn't really change too much. Um, Serbia, Switzerland, Cameroon doesn't really, Serbia, Switzerland, really the same team. I don't think it matters much who goes there and goes and plays Portugal. Portugal will go through. So, but yeah, it's been, there's a lot of people saying this has been the greatest group stage in the history of the World Cup. So, I think, everybody was complaining about this being in the wintertime, but these players have all come in shape rather than playing not playing for a month and then having to work with the team and they're all in shape now. And it's been amazing to watch. It's been some high level games here. So
The other thing, Sean, to look at is that because it's being played in the wintertime here in North America, it has garnered a great many viewers that it may not have gotten if they played in the summer when you're out running around and doing vacation type stuff. I mean, we're now most people are pretty much trying to find things to watch on TV at home, and you're locked in on football and some other stuff, and it definitely it's given the viewer an opportunity to watch some soccer that in the summertime they might not have done.
yeah, I agree there. And it's just it's interesting, I think, because um, like you said, sometimes in the summer and and late June and July, people are in camps or they're
Mhm.
doing stuff or they're playing, they're out during the day and
Or they're playing soccer. Yes.
playing soccer. Yeah, now I mean, they're in school. I know. Don't want to throw anybody under the bus here that watches Capital Sports, but I know
Mhm.
some of them have been watching the games and Capital Sports Network and
Mhm.
in some of the classes there. So it's been interesting.
You know, we got the news today that Christian Pulisic is going to be playing tomorrow against the Netherlands. He got cleared to play, and that I think that's definitely a plus. I mean, he'll be back on the pitch tomorrow.
Yeah, look, I mean, the problem I had, I thought he was always going to be able to play.
Hmm.
I think that the U.S. is Sargent, him, and Weston McKinney are pretty banged up at this point.
Hmm.
Look, you're 4 games into a World Cup. I mean, of course, you played a lot of games and a lot of minutes in a short amount of time, so you're going to have some knocks, but um, I just, I was talking to somebody about this. To me, if those guys are healthy, I would give the U.S. a much better chance here. I know the U.S. Decent odds, obviously, to pull off this upset. I would want them to be fully healthy. The Netherlands is not it's not the worst matchup in the world. It's not France. It's not Brazil. It's not England. Although they played pretty well against England. It's not Spain. It's not Portugal. It's not the worst matchup in the world. Although they are in the second Nations League semifinal in 3 editions, and they do have lots of talented players. But it's not the something that can't be overcome. I just think this who's going to score for the U.S. Because Netherlands is going to score goals. Gakpo scored. He's done a good job. They've scored every game. They find the net. So who's gonna find the net for the U.S. in this game?
It's funny. I spoke to our friend Ray Hudson this morning.
Oh wow!
And Ray said that he thinks the U.S. will win it on penalty kicks.
Okay.
And he also said that he wanted to know. This typical Ray, right? He wanted to know if the U.S. is going to force Gio Reyna to buy a ticket or if they're actually going to play him.
I mean, that's the question. I mean, there's something obviously wrong here. Clearly, I don't know if the coach doesn't like him or something. I mean, because he's got to be playing ahead of some of these guys that are playing, but he's not. So I just don't know what the problem is.
Well, here's the thing that's somewhat confusing, and I think it confuses everybody. He's practiced at every practice. So, when someone's hurt, usually they don't practice. But that is not the case. He has practiced and he has played, in the practices. So, you make whatever judgment you make it based on that, but he has practiced.
He doesn't look, I mean, I've coached enough teams and watched enough teams. The coach doesn't like him. I mean, it's pretty clear about that. He doesn't think he fits the system. He doesn't think he whatever. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he should be starting. My opinion is Aronson should be starting as well. But he doesn't. So we'll see what happens. They're the first game tomorrow.
Well, watch party tomorrow live 10 a.m. right here.
Yes.
So we want you to come back. Who do you think will start for the U.S.? Is it going to be pretty much the same teams that started?
I would say, he'll put Zimmerman back in it at center back. He'll put. Maybe Aronson starts instead of McKinney. I think McKinney's banged up, which isn't the worst thing ever. I personally think he's better. Pulisic probably goes. You're probably going to see the same other lineup. Other than that, he's not going to make a lot of changes. He's clearly got his guys. So, I think that's probably what you're going to see here. See what Sports Mole has to say about
what about the goal scoring for the U.S.? It's been tough, but they've had multiple opportunities. Is there somebody there that you think might get the breakthrough goal tomorrow? Or should I say their breakthrough goal tomorrow?
I mean, Timmy Weah is probably, they don't score goals. I mean, they've only had 2 goals here, and they've just really struggled offensively when they had the chance. I mean, I would think if they score, it's going to come from Weah or maybe, I don't know if Sargent's going to play. Maybe Musa sets it up. I think maybe Brendan Aronson if he plays, but I don't know. I just you don't really see it coming from anybody else. It's a little bit of a problem with the Netherlands too. I mean, if Cody Gakpo is not really a forward, but he's scored in every game, he's not really a center forward. If he doesn't score, who's going to score the goal for him? That's why I don't think they can win the tournament. I don't necessarily think Argentina can win the tournament because I don't know who's really going to score the goal. Messi's not really a goal scorer now. Sets him up. England has a goal scorer. France has a goal scorer. Brazil has a bunch of players who can put the ball in the net.
Switzerland and Serbia, 3-2 still, and Cameroon and Brazil 0-0, and both are in both at the moment are in extra time.
Yes, yeah, it looks most likely like it's going to be Serbia going home, and Cameroon going home. But valiant attempts here. I mean, Serbia has no one to blame but themselves. They gave up 3 goals in the last 2 games. They were up the other game and gave up 3 goals. You can't give 3 goals to Cameroon. That's where they lost. If Serbia doesn't give up 3 goals to Cameroon, they are through. They have a chance to get through, but their defense is not very good. They have very good attack, but their defense isn't very good. There's a lot of when you start to break down a lot of these teams here, if you're going to do a bracket now, a lot of people will start to do these brackets. You want to try to find teams that don't have as many holes. Like most teams have holes, but you want to try to find ones that don't have as many. So for me, that's France. It's a shame that France has to play England in the quarterfinals. Because I think that would be a decent final or semifinal, but one of those 2 teams will be out. Portugal, I think, just so talented, so deep. Brazil, those would be my 3. I think. I think the winner comes from either France, England, Brazil, or Portugal, and I just say France and England because they play each other in the quarterfinals, but. I would give France the edge there, but I would give whoever wins that game the edge to come from the bottom half of the bracket. I think Brazil. I don't know if anybody's beating Brazil in that bracket with a full strength Brazil.
Looking at France and England, I can see 3 guys on France that could score. I can't see 3 guys on England that can.
Oh, Cameroon scored! Wow, Abubakar goal!
Oh, there you go.
Are they through now?
That would be, you know what? That would be one big feather in Cameroon's cap if they could, they shut out Brazil.
Cameroon will finish 3rd. Cameroon needs. Oh, he got sent off too. He got sent off for taking his shirt off. Cameroon needs Serbia to score here. But the problem now is it's going to be fair play. It could be fair play now. Now he gets a red card here. So if it comes down to fair play, they just got a red card there, and they could go out on fair play.
Even if Serbia scores.
Yeah, if Serbia scores, it could come down to fair play because they both would have 4 goals scored, 4 goals against. So it would come down. It could come down to fair play, and then they could be out because of fair play.
Well, that would be for taking the jersey off. For what, in essence, those of us in the U.S. know as, the infamous,
Hi, Luke.
Conduct rule, you could get bounced.
Yeah, second. The fact that it's a second yellow and it's a red now. I mean that makes it much worse. I have to add up the actual cards. Switzerland have, man, Serbia have 5 in this game. Switzerland have 2 in this game.
You got Foxy who is talking about the goal. Yeah.
2 for. Let's see.
Switzerland ahead by 1 point. Hey, Sweet Lou, good to see you. Got Fox and Sweet Lou in the house.
5. Switzerland have 5. Yeah, I don't even know. It doesn't matter unless Serbia scores anyway. So,
doesn't look like they're going to. They're almost done.
I have Mitrovic to lead Serbia in goals here. He has 2, but somebody else I believe also has 2. I have to see how that works. I will be very upset if I lose out on a tie. I think Valovic has 2 as well.
Hey, Foxy and Sweet Lou, who do you think's going to win tomorrow between the Netherlands and the U.S.? Give us your thoughts.
Mitrovic has 2 goals. Pavlovic has 1. Milinkovic-Savic has 1. Oh, what a bet that was. Foxy, I had +2. It was like +2 something for Mitrovic to lead his team in goal scoring here at the tournament, just his team, and he's going to have 2. So I will win. I will win pretty big on that. That'll be good. I'll be pretty happy with that.
Hey, Foxy and Sweet Lou, just be sure to be with us tomorrow at 10 a.m. USA Netherlands, we're going to do a live watch party. We want your comments and commentary as it goes on.
Jim, do you know Lou from he works for NJ.com with me, and he also works.
No, actually I don't. I'm just
gambling.com. Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Lou.
Yeah, he's been around the game a little bit, so he's working for some of the other sites and writing and all this stuff, and he also edits my stuff every once in a while. And
okay. It's always nice to be good to the editor.
Yes. Lou, I'll be at a game tonight. I'm going to a basketball game. I got Pennington and Pennington girls. They're playing in a tournament at 7:00. So first game of the year, first basketball game of the year. So
well, we got a second here. Why don't we throw this in tonight, 8:00 on Fox, USC Utah, Pac-12 championship. I honestly am telling you right now, I think this is going to be the best game of all of the championship games of the Big Four.
Yeah, it was the best game during the regular season. Clearly, it was 1-point game, 2-point conversion with very little time left.
That was Cam Rising. He had Cam Rising in that game. Probably had his career game, and then that was really what got Caleb Williams moving. So from the time USC lost that game, they bounced back and started playing, out of their mind. And, the thing with Utah is they have not been a good team away from Salt Lake. So I just think USC is playing way too good and they're only a 2-point favorite. I just think that he needs to play Gio. Lou, we're on your side there, buddy. We've been talking about that for a while.
He wants to know if you know any of the old sports ticker guys.
The sports ticker, man, that's going back. Actually, you know what? I actually worked with them in the Philly. That's a Philly guys, right? Sports ticker?
I think so.
Yeah, that's Ken and the gang from Sports Ticker in Philly. Is that Lou? Is that who you're talking about?
Lou's going to be in a bar in North Wildwood. What? Oh
Hey, well,
no.
just get them to watch, Lou. Just get them to join us. You know.
North Wildwood. That's where we go all summer down there in North Wildwood. Sports Network is in PA. We were in Jersey City. Oh, Sports Network.
Oh yeah, okay.
We were Jersey City.
Oh no, I don't. I didn't do sports ticker. I did do some stuff for the guys in Philly.
This guy's
But
got a
that
blow.
man, that's going back there, Lou. That's almost going back all the way to the. I started a lot of stuff with Sports Phone. If you remember that, that was used to be out of New York City. We were the folks who you were. It was a 900 number. You dialed us, and we gave you scores and updates all day long.
I remember that.
That was when a fool and their money was easily parted. In those days.
976 something, right?
Yeah, I still have the mic flag from the sports phone. Uh, Good Lord. Okay. Well, the Cameroon game has gone final,
I think the other one is about.
and Serbia and Switzerland's got to go final soon. They've been playing for 90 plus 11 minutes. So and it just went final. So everybody's final now.
Let's go.
Everyone's final, and the games, as they say, are over, my friends. So now the brackets begin. The Sweet
The brackets
16
are
is set.
full.
And this is one of the few Sweet 16s that North Carolina's not in, Sean. they,
Might not be in the other one either if they keep playing like this.
they that's kind of their thing, North Carolina in the Sweet 16.
Yep.
So, like we said, gang, watch party tomorrow live, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. USA, Netherlands. We'll be talking and watching at the same time.
We'll go through the bracket. We'll make some picks. We'll have maybe we'll have some other people talk about and come on and give their picks. But listen, if you want to come on tomorrow and talk about this, make sure you come with your picks for the for the round of 16. We want to know who you think is going to go through. During the round of 16. And we each tie there and all that stuff. So
let's do you have the bracket for the US there you can pull up?
Yeah.
Easily, or
It's not.
difficulty?
I haven't filled in the two other teams yet, but I can tell you who the teams are.
Yeah, Sports Network was in Philadelphia, and that's who I worked with, and you guys were in Jersey City.
So Netherlands, USA tomorrow at 10. Argentina, Australia tomorrow at 2. Sunday at 10, France, Poland. Sunday at 2, England, Senegal. Monday at 10, Japan, Croatia. Monday at 2 will be Brazil, South Korea. Tuesday at 10, Morocco, Spain. And Tuesday at 2, Portugal and Switzerland. So that will be your bracket going through. So while there is,
we filled in the bracket that just finished, so that was filled in before it didn't even finish, basically.
yeah, so the CONCACAF has one team. Africa has Senegal, Morocco. Asia has Japan, South Korea, and Australia. South America has Argentina and Brazil. And then the rest is Europe, Portugal, Switzerland, Spain, England, France, Poland, Croatia, Netherlands. So nine
European teams.
9 European teams. We may get it. We may end up with a South America European final because the two South American teams are on the same side of the bracket and set to meet in the semifinals if they win. But once again, who knows with this tournament. So
Well, it's weird because, that wouldn't be the first time those kind of things have happened.
yes,
But,
that's correct.
but we've mentioned a couple times that it's not often, although it has happened, where South America has won on a continent that hasn't been there, hasn't been South America or North America.
Yeah, that's right.
And England, yeah, and Europe has, had their problems across the pond as well. So it just depends. In this particular case, we're kind of like a neutral situation because we're playing in Northern Africa, which is pretty much where we are. They call it the Middle East, but it's on the African peninsula, so on the African continent. And it is a peninsula, Qatar is. And so we'll see. But one of the things that I've enjoyed is the fact that all these games have been, played close enough where, we haven't had a lot of people talking about, problems and distances and all that sort of thing. It's been a nicely compact tournament.
And it's also been, look, once again, the people that complain about, they want to complain about everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's been these games have been unbelievable. The group stage has been, I thought the 2018 tournament was probably the best I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's because it was, I don't know, I was paying more attention, but I don't know. I watch every game of all the tournaments, so I don't feel like it. But this group stage has been absolutely crazy, and these teams that have gone through and won groups. I mean, you talk about that there. I mean, it goes to that, and I think it's been would do well, but that amateur manager decided to start. Kept saying, and look what he did for them today. Yeah, look, Fox. Yeah, I don't know, man. They're just not good enough. Darwin Nunez stinks. I know you keep wanting to hammer on that stream, but Darwin Nunez is terrible, and Cavani is old, and Suarez. Yes, I 100% agree. Some of groups have gone out in poor management. I think Germany is one. And some of the other teams, but yes,
But Germany's old too. I mean, they came in and they had
Belgium is
the
old.
older teams.
Belgium is old. I mean, they're kind of gaming the system with these rankings and stuff like that. So yeah, look, I agree with that as well. But the good teams are still there. The teams that the teams that can win the tournament. There's not really there's not really a team that I thought could win the tournament that's gone out. They're all still there. Germany's probably the best team that went out, the highest ranked team and all that stuff. But, I never thought they could win 4 games to win a tournament. I think France, England, Portugal, Brazil are those 4 teams. They're all still there. 3 of them are in one side of the bracket. So, they're going to knock each other out.
Definitely, that makes for a very heavy one-sided the bracket.
Yes,
So,
yes.
And then you get you might get some surprises down in the other side of the bracket.
Yeah, Netherlands, Argentina. If Netherlands, beats them, and a little payback for 2014. Croatia, Brazil. I don't know. Brazil's going to get a pretty decent draw. South Korea, either Japan or Croatia, and then Argentina, which is going to be tough. But Mexico disappointing with poor management too. They also Foxy. They don't have anybody that can put the ball in the net. They don't have that one guy. But yes, he's a terrible manager.
To be honest, Foxy, on the Mexican side, Mexico hasn't really hasn't really developed many of their players.
Yep.
They that whole pipeline is kind of dried up there for a while. I don't know why, but it definitely has. And the league itself has been horrible. They're the league in Mexico haven't played well recently. I don't know what's going on there, but probably money. Mexico doesn't have the money to pour into it as they once did. So I don't know what's going on in that situation, but it's not been good for them.
That's right.
So there's that to look forward to, boys and girls. John, you have some places to go.
Got a big meeting here at the Chase Bank.
So, how much longer you got?
A couple minutes.
Okay.
Probably gotta leave it. Probably gotta be off in about a couple minutes.
All right. Well, you let us know, and we'll. I'll hang with the boys for a little while, and then we'll say goodbye. Foxy and Lou, and
Whoever else you're watching on the Twitch streams and stuff.
Who's what? We got Twitch followers.
We got a couple Twitch streamers. We got a few. Mm-hmm. Once in a while, we'll get some. So.
It's funny. Not to change the subject, just for one quick second. Somebody was talking to me about chess, and most recently there was a chess tournament on Twitch that drew 300,000 viewers. So there's a streaming chess match championship that drew 300,000 viewers on Twitch.
Yeah, I want to start doing Twitch. I'd like to figure it out. It's just there's the bracket. Yeah, there's.
I'm not a game player, so I don't know how the Twitch situation works. Although I know that you don't have to be a game player to be on Twitch. So
yeah, yeah. We got our stuff on there. So
Mexico players like some. This is true, but they're not well compensated if they play for the national team, and maybe that's part of
it. There's just, the U.S. is the ones I think they went out last time and they didn't get through, and Mexico didn't do anything anyway, and then they changed the whole group up, and now they have the youngest squad at the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
The youngest teams out there, and they play, and now they've rebuilt the team, which is what you got to do. But when you rebuild it, you got to do something. You can't just rebuild to rebuild. You got to make you got to try to get to a quarterfinal, try to get to a semifinal, something like that. It's not good enough just to get to a round of 16 game. You gotta go and then do something at that point.
Well, I know that you're going to going here real quick, but anyway, projecting, let's say whatever happens tomorrow happens. All right, maybe they win, maybe they lose. We'll see. You'll see tomorrow at 10 o'clock right here. But the good news is that there's that young core is going to have another 4 years of playing soccer at high levels in Europe and in the U.S. So that can't be a bad situation.
That's right.
Because we've never had this many players playing in Europe at that level. That's something that as time went on earlier in the seasons, in the years when we had World Cup, if we had two guys playing in Europe, that was a big thing. Yeah, now we have 5-6 guys who not only are playing there but are playing at the high level, and another 3 or 4 guys who were just breaking through because they're all young guys.
Yep.
So that's all good stuff.
All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna get out of here and go to my thing, and then I'll see everybody tomorrow. We'll be here tomorrow for the big watch party. But and Jim, you're gonna stay on, right?
I'll stay on for a couple minutes, and then we'll wrap it up.
All right. I'll
see you tomorrow, boss.
See you tomorrow.
Okay. Have a nice evening.
Yep.
Okay. So, one of us went. Hey guys. So Foxy, and are you someone who enjoys other sports other than soccer, or soccer your big thing? It's true about that. I mean, playing in the U.S. will bring more pressure and expectation. Casuals will think we'll be favored to win. Uh, you're right. Casual fans are always have expectations of the home team doing well. Um, that works well for the U.S. women. It just doesn't work so well for the U.S. men. Um, yeah, it is that kind of way. Canada will have the same kind of expectations. I don't think Mexico will, but we'll see. Um, it'll be fun to see it on the North American continent again for it's been a while. So there's that. But we still got a lot of this tournament left to go. Any other questions, boys and girls? All right. Well, we will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. USA versus the Netherlands. Foxy, you say it's going to end with a extra time. Mostly boxing. Okay. That's good. American football, basketball. Too many games to keep up with. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Mostly soccer and boxing. Okay. Well, we have Joe Hammond, who is a fantastic boxing person. We'll bring Joseph on, and he'll talk boxing for you. He covers boxing all over the world, so he's based in London, and we'll bring Joe on. I'm sure he'll be happy to talk about boxing. Well, Foxy, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Watch party time, 10 a.m. right here on the Capital Sports Network. So, Foxy, for you and Sweet Lou and everybody else, we really appreciate it. Always appreciate you coming on and talking with us. You're a very smart, very learned person, and we always appreciate folks like that. So thanks for joining us, and tell you what, we got to get out of here, but come on back tomorrow. We greatly appreciate you being around. Okay, have a nice night.